Hi everyone, Coach Sullivan here with MGS Coaching Football. My background, this is my 38th year coaching football. I've either been a defensive, offensive, or special teams coordinator as well as a head coach at both the collegiate and high school levels. In this presentation, I'm going to introduce you to something that we just simply refer to as a circus tag, and the tag meaning onto the coverage. So if the coverage is small, we say, as an example, small elephant or small rhino or small stampede. So that's what's meant by the circus, right? Animals in a circus, typically. Now, the purpose of it would be this is what you would call a zone drop of a defensive lineman. Okay, that's what the circus tag's all about. If it's a pass, one of the designated defensive linemen will drop into coverage to replace the blitzer. And it's either going to be an inside or an outside linebacker. Okay, it's never going to be a safety or a corner. It's a little too far, and it's asking a little too much of a defensive lineman, in my opinion. So typically, circus pressures, as we call them, are either a 4 or a 5-man pressure. It's not likely to be a 6, although I'll share a story with you from 2014 in a minute. What we call a hoops package for a game plan. But as always, this illustration, it's a left and it's a rip example. It's 11 personnel. It's what we call Dallas. This would be an east. From any of our presentations, when the back offsets to our right, we say east. East coast, right coast, west, left coast, right? Correct. Sorry. So whether it's a plug, a go, or a combo, we are likely to tag any of these circus calls to the coverage. Okay. So why I have all three defensive linemen in green is because all three are potentially involved in these circus tags because all three are potentially involved in either the plug, the go, or the combo. Okay. So typically what we do, and then when you stay in our circus playlist, you'll see all of these various calls. The defensive linemen execute their portion of the blitz as if it were a run, and if it is a run, they continue. They attack it as a run. Only if it's a pass will the defensive lineman drop into coverage. Okay, that's a very, very important distinction and key coaching point with your players. Their mindset is it's a run. They execute their assignment as if it was a run if they're part of the blitz. If, as it turns out, it's a pass, so they would know because the offensive lineman would be pass setting, then they drop into pass coverage. So, simple rule of thumb we tell them is if you're not sure, assume it's a pass. Okay? Because we are pressuring. We're pretty sure we can compensate if need be. If for some reason your defensive lineman's in doubt, assume it's a pass and drop into your coverage. All right? And for the most part, what the defensive linemen do is they replace the blitzer, okay, as much as possible. The furthest any of our defensive linemen would go would be a detached outside linebacker, like in this case, okay? And so that's what I mean when I say we're never going to have them drop to replace safeties at 12 or corners who are potentially south of the number. It's just asking way too much. So in our circus, or what we just simply refer to as zone dropping of a defensive lineman, okay, it would either be the rover, the dime, the Mike, or the backer. That's why you don't necessarily see any dogs in here, even though, excuse me, there's a chance we could do that. But in a dog with the C scrape, there's also a chance to be a collision, and we don't want to risk it to answer that question. Okay. So, as usual, please, if you have any questions, please reach out to me at coachmjsullivan@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to talk football with you.